Have you noticed those shocking headlines all over YouTube lately? Videos claiming that bananas, grapes, and even watermelon are silently destroying your leg strength? One of these videos racked up over 180,000 views in just a few months, convincing older adults to stop eating fruits they've enjoyed their whole lives. Today, I want to set the record straight. Are these everyday fruits truly damaging your muscles after age 60? Or is this just another viral myth? I'm Dr. Ron Peterson, a senior nutrition specialist with more than 45 years of experience helping older adults stay strong, active, and well-informed. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to share the real science behind these claims and show you exactly what you should and shouldn't be doing to protect your muscle health as you age. Let me share a real example that perfectly illustrates how fast misinformation can spread. Just a few weeks ago, my uncle, who is 68 years old, called me sounding genuinely worried. He told me he had watched a video titled "The 7 Worst Fruits That Destroy Your Leg Strength," and he was convinced he needed to stop eating bananas and grapes immediately. For years, he'd had a banana every morning and a small bowl of grapes after lunch. But after seeing that video, he threw out all the fruit in his kitchen because he truly believed it was harming his muscles. And he's not alone. This trend has exploded across the internet. On YouTube, videos with titles like "Seniors, Stop Eating These Fruits, They Are Silently Weakening Your Legs" have racked up hundreds of thousands of views in a matter of weeks. Some of these videos are only 5 or 6 minutes long, yet they manage to pack in alarming statements that sound authoritative. Bananas are muscle imposters. Grapes are sugar bombs that inflame your joints. Watermelon is practically liquid sugar destroying your circulation. These videos often cite vague references to scientific research or name-drop individuals like Barbara O'Neill to create a sense of credibility. But if you dig deeper, you'll notice the content rarely provides actual study citations or links to reputable medical organizations. Still, because the videos are shared so widely and repeated over and over, they start to feel convincing. TikTok has also played a big role in fueling the panic. Short, catchy clips under a minute-long flash headlines like "7 fruits over 60s must avoid," or "The real reason your legs feel weak." They often use dramatic background music and bold red text to trigger fear and urgency. On Medium, blog posts with similar themes are published under paywalls, making them look more exclusive and trustworthy. The result: thousands of older adults begin questioning everything they eat. Some become afraid of perfectly healthy foods, worrying that every bite will somehow steal their strength. It's not just an occasional person here and there. Many communities and social media groups dedicated to senior health have seen a flood of questions from people who are suddenly terrified of fruit. And this fear has consequences. When people cut out nutrient-dense fruits like oranges, grapes, or bananas without good reason, they often miss out on essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Over time, this can actually increase the risk of muscle weakness, not reduce it. For example, potassium, which is abundant in bananas, plays a crucial role in muscle contraction and preventing cramps. Vitamin C from citrus fruits supports collagen formation in muscles and joints. By removing these foods, seniors can become more vulnerable to dehydration, fatigue, and even impaired immune function. So, what can you do to protect yourself and the people you care about? First, always be cautious of any content that uses fear as its main tactic. When a video or article opens with "The shocking truth doctors don't want you to know," that's a red flag. Genuine health information doesn't rely on scaring you, it educates you with clear evidence. Second, look for reputable sources. Check whether the content cites peer-reviewed studies, recognized institutions like the Mayo Clinic or Cleveland Clinic, or qualified experts with verifiable credentials. If you can't find these references, be skeptical. Third, before you make any big changes to your diet, talk with your physician or a registered dietitian. What works for one person may not be right for another, especially if you have underlying health conditions like diabetes or kidney disease. Finally, remember this: eating a variety of fresh fruits, in moderation, is one of the best things you can do to stay healthy as you age. Don't let viral trends rob you of that simple, evidence-based truth. If you think this part is shocking, keep watching, because later on, I'll show you the latest research proving that grapes can actually help boost muscle strength. Have you ever heard someone say, "Watermelon is nothing but sugar, it's making your legs shaky"? This is exactly the kind of claim that's become common in viral videos targeting older adults. These videos and blog posts insist that certain fruits, including grapes, bananas, watermelon, and citrus fruits, are secretly destroying muscle strength. Let's look closer at what these accusations actually say. First, they argue that natural sugar in fruit is no different from processed sugar, and therefore triggers chronic inflammation. They claim that when you eat a ripe banana or a sweet piece of melon, your blood sugar spikes wildly, leading to inflammation in your muscles and joints. Over time, they say, this weakens your legs, causes cramps, and leaves you feeling exhausted. Another common accusation is that acidic fruits like oranges, grapefruit, and pineapple erode circulation in your legs and damage the small blood vessels that feed your muscles. Videos often use phrases like silent inflammation or hidden sugar bombs, making it sound as if one serving of these fruits can cause instant harm. But what's the truth behind these alarming statements? It's important to understand that the sugar in whole fruit is not the same as the added sugars found in soda, candy, or baked goods. Whole fruits contain natural sugars bound together with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The fiber slows down digestion and keeps your blood sugar from spiking quickly. In fact, the glycemic index, a measure of how fast food raises your blood sugar of most fresh fruits, is moderate or low. For example, watermelon is sometimes called all sugar, but 1 cup contains only about 9 grams of natural sugar and over 90% water. That water content helps keep you hydrated, which actually supports healthy muscles and circulation. Similarly, bananas are rich in potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, all nutrients that directly help your muscles contract and recover. As for citrus fruits, while they are mildly acidic, they are also some of the richest sources of vitamin C, which helps your body build collagen and repair tissues. There is no scientific evidence showing that moderate consumption of oranges or grapefruit erodes leg circulation. In fact, studies have consistently linked higher fruit intake with lower inflammation and better muscle preservation in older adults. The real harm of these exaggerated accusations is not the fruit itself, it's the fear they create. When older adults hear that their favorite fruits could be harming them, many feel anxious and confused. Some decide to stop eating fruit altogether, replacing it with processed snacks they think are safer. Over time, this avoidance can lead to nutrient deficiencies, digestive problems, and even weaker muscles, the very problem they were trying to prevent. So what can you do instead? Start by learning the difference between natural sugar and refined sugar. Whole fruits deliver carbohydrates along with fiber, which balances your body's response. Refined sugar, like what you find in candies or sodas, is rapidly absorbed and does contribute to inflammation when eaten in excess. The bottom line is simple. There is no credible research proving that eating fresh fruit in normal amounts damages your muscles. On the contrary, countless studies show that a diet rich in fruits and vegetables helps older adults maintain strength, balance, and overall health. Before you decide to cut out nutritious foods based on a viral video, look for evidence, check trusted medical sources, and speak with your healthcare provider. Don't let fear replace facts. Your body deserves better. Did you ever believe this? Type the number 1 in the comments. So, does eating fruit truly destroy your muscles as you age? Let's look at what the science actually says, because sensational claims only work when no one checks the evidence. In 2024, a large meta-analysis reviewed dozens of studies on older adults' diets and muscle health. Researchers found that higher fruit and vegetable intake was strongly linked to a lower risk of sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that happens naturally as people get older. In simpler terms, eating more produce didn't weaken muscle, it helped preserve them. Another study, published in 2025 by Western New England University, examined how grapes affect muscle function at the genetic level. Participants who consumed grapes regularly showed increased expression of genes involved in muscle growth and repair. They also had lower markers of muscle breakdown and inflammation. These findings directly contradict viral videos claiming grapes steal your strength. Research has also shown that bananas, despite their reputation as sugar bombs, provide critical nutrients that help muscles function properly. One medium banana delivers around 420 milligrams of potassium, about 12% of what your body needs daily to support normal muscle contraction and prevent cramps. Bananas also supply magnesium and vitamin B6, which assist with energy metabolism and nerve signaling. Citrus fruits, like oranges, grapefruits, and tangerines, are some of the richest sources of vitamin C. This vitamin is essential for building collagen, the protein that supports muscles, tendons, and joints. A lack of vitamin C can slow tissue repair and contribute to weakness. Studies consistently show that older adults with higher vitamin C intake have better muscle strength and less frailty. When you eliminate these fruits out of fear, you risk missing out on these critical nutrients. Over time, low intake of antioxidants and vitamins can increase oxidative stress in your body. This stress damages cells, accelerates aging, and actually makes muscle loss worse. In other words, the harm comes not from eating fruit, but from avoiding it altogether. That's why respected health organizations like the Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, and the Arthritis Foundation all recommend older adults consume a variety of fresh fruits daily. They emphasize moderation, because no one is suggesting you eat 5 bananas at once, but strongly warn against removing fruits without a valid medical reason. So what should you do? The solution is straightforward. Enjoy fruit in balanced portions, as part of a diet that also includes lean protein, healthy fats, and whole grains. For example, 1 serving of fruit might be 1 banana, 1 cup of melon, or a handful of grapes. If you have diabetes or a metabolic condition, work with your doctor or dietitian to adjust portion sizes appropriately. Remember, no credible scientific study has proven that fresh fruit destroys muscle strength in older adults. On the contrary, the best evidence shows that fruit supports healthy aging, better circulation, faster recovery, and stronger muscles. Don't let viral myths rob you of food that helps you stay vibrant. Trust real science, not fear-based headlines. Your muscles and your overall health depend on it. If you think this part is shocking, keep watching because later on, I'll show you the latest research proving that grapes can actually help boost muscle strength. It's true that there are situations where older adults need to limit their fruit intake, but those reasons have nothing to do with destroying muscle strength. Let's be clear about when cutting back makes sense, and when it's simply unnecessary fear. First, if you have diabetes or prediabetes, you need to be thoughtful about how much carbohydrate you consume, including natural sugars from fruit. That doesn't mean you have to give up fruit entirely. Instead, it's about portion control and balance. For example, rather than having a large bowl of grapes, you might measure out a small handful and eat it alongside a source of protein or healthy fat. Combining fruit with protein or fat slows digestion, which helps prevent sharp blood sugar spikes. Second, certain medications don't mix well with specific fruits. The most well-known example is grapefruit juice. Grapefruit contains compounds called furanocoumarins that can interfere with enzymes in your liver, especially CYP3A4. This enzyme helps break down many common drugs, including some statins, blood pressure medications, and anti-anxiety medicines. If grapefruit blocks this process, your medication can build up to unsafe levels in your bloodstream. That's why doctors often advise people on these prescriptions to avoid grapefruit juice entirely. However, this caution doesn't apply to every fruit. Eating an orange or a tangerine usually doesn't cause the same effect. Unfortunately, viral videos lump all citrus together, creating confusion and unnecessary restrictions. Another example is chronic kidney disease. When kidney function declines, your body has a harder time filtering potassium. Some fruits like bananas, oranges, and cantaloupe contain higher amounts of potassium. In those cases, your doctor or dietitian will recommend specific limits to keep potassium in a safe range. But again, the concern is about how your kidneys process minerals, not about fruit weakening your muscles. If you don't have these medical conditions, there is no scientific reason to avoid fruit out of fear. Yet, many older adults watch sensational videos and believe they must stop eating fruit just in case. That misunderstanding can lead to serious nutrient gaps. You might end up missing out on vitamin C, fiber, potassium, and antioxidants that protect your muscles, immune system, and heart. The bigger issue here is that fear-based health content often doesn't distinguish between real medical caution and blanket avoidance. It makes people feel they're doing something good for their health by giving up nutritious foods, when in reality, they're depriving their bodies of essential support. The solution is simple. Always get personalized guidance from your healthcare team. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, or take medications with known fruit interactions, your doctor or dietitian will give you clear recommendations. They'll explain exactly which fruits to limit, in what quantity, and why. If you don't have any of these conditions, you can feel confident including fresh fruits as part of a balanced diet. Don't let confusion drive your choices. Knowledge is what keeps you safe, not fear. Talk to your doctor before making drastic changes. And remember, most healthy adults benefit enormously from enjoying fruit in moderation. Your health decisions should always be guided by facts, not viral myths. Did you ever believe this? Type the number 1 in the comments. So, how can you enjoy fruit in a way that keeps your muscles strong and your energy steady? The good news is, you don't have to give up fruit to protect your health. Instead, you just need to make a few smart choices about what kinds you eat and how you include them in your daily meals. First, always choose fresh, whole fruits over processed alternatives. Canned fruit packed in syrup often contains large amounts of added sugar that can cause your blood sugar to spike quickly. Similarly, dried fruits are more concentrated in sugar and calories, making it easy to overeat without realizing it. If you do enjoy dried fruit occasionally, measure a small portion, think a quarter cup, and combine it with a handful of nuts or some yogurt for better balance. Second, try to eat fruit alongside a meal rather than by itself. For example, having a banana with a hard-boiled egg or adding berries to a bowl of oatmeal provides protein and fiber that slow digestion and help maintain steady blood sugar. This approach is especially useful for older adults managing diabetes or pre-diabetes. Third, pay attention to the ripeness of your fruit. Very ripe bananas, for instance, have a higher glycemic index than less ripe ones, which means they raise blood sugar more quickly. Choosing fruit that's moderately ripe can help keep those levels more stable without sacrificing taste or nutrition. It's important to understand that if you avoid fruit altogether out of fear, you're missing out on powerful nutrients your body needs to stay strong. Vitamin C, potassium, and antioxidants are all essential for maintaining muscle health, supporting your immune system, and reducing inflammation. Over time, skipping these nutrients can actually lead to weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery after any illness or injury. That's why the best advice for elderly who want to stay active and independent is to eat at least 2 servings of fresh fruit daily. A serving might be 1 medium apple, a cup of berries, or a small banana. These portions provide a steady stream of vitamins and minerals without overwhelming your system. Here are 3 simple tips you can start using today. Eat at least 2 servings of fresh fruit each day. Mix different colors and types to get a variety of nutrients. Avoid industrial fruit juices and processed fruit snacks. Even if the label says natural, these products often contain hidden sugars and lack the fiber that makes whole fruit so beneficial. Choose fruit that's fresh and only moderately ripe. This helps keep your blood sugar more stable and supports steady energy for your muscles. If you're ever unsure about which fruits are best for you, especially if you have chronic conditions, always ask your healthcare provider for guidance. They can tailor their advice for elderly patients like you to ensure your diet supports your unique needs. Remember, fruit isn't your enemy. When you choose wisely and eat in moderation, fruit becomes one of your greatest allies in staying strong, healthy, and full of vitality as you age. If you think this part is shocking, keep watching, because later on, I'll show you the latest research proving that grapes can actually help boost muscle strength. We've just uncovered 5 of the biggest myths about fruit and muscle strength in older adults. As you've seen, there is no credible evidence that eating fresh fruit damages your muscles or drains your energy. In fact, the opposite is true. Fruits provide essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help you stay strong, active, and independent. Remember, you don't have to fear your food. You simply need the right information and a little guidance to make choices that truly support your health. That's why it's so important to rely on science, not sensational headlines, when you decide what to eat. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this: you are not getting weaker because of fruit. You're just surrounded by too many confusing messages. With reliable advice, for elderly and balanced habits, you can nourish your body and keep moving confidently. If you found this helpful, please share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more trustworthy, uplifting health guidance.